What's up, music lovers? Astroligator here. For this video, I was thinking about how we could build off what we learned in the previous videos, like contrast. I'll link right up here if you haven't checked those out yet. And I started to think about how I mix music. Personally, I like to start from the ground up, build a solid foundation. For me, the foundation is drums that provide the rhythm, the feel, and the structure for everything else. So today, we're talking about drum patterns. We're going to listen to how you can revisit a section like a verse. Only change the drums, but change the entire feeling of a song to make it sound fresh and new to our ears. So put on some headphones and let's dive into the mix. Let's get right into it. First off, let's talk about what a drum pattern is. A drum pattern is a rhythmic pattern that establishes the groove, the rhythm, the pulse of a song. Usually played by a drummer, a drum machine, or other percussive instruments. The pattern usually repeats over a number of bars as well, helping to establish which section of the song we're in. Here's an example. You can hear how the drums stay consistent and repeated that same rhythm. And actually, a drum pattern can often tell you what type of genre of music you're listening to by its characteristics. But today, we're listening to how changing the drum pattern, even if all the other instrumentation stays the exact same, changes the entire feeling of the song. Let's listen to the first verse right here, with everything in it, and then just the drums, so we can hear exactly what they're playing.
I left you here alone, the sun's our only friend. Let's see how you have grown, 'cause I can only pretend the death.
Let's break down this verse a little bit. It has two parts. The first part was a down tempo with a simple but powerful groove, and then the second part was high intensity and actually doubled the time on the hi-hat. It went from 8th notes to 16th notes. So these two drum patterns have established the groove and the feel for the verses. And for most songs, when you hear the same pattern, you'll instantly recognize the verse again. But now, let's listen to verse 2 the same way we did with verse 1.
This is we'll never know, given time that we must fear. One last look into each other, understand what's real. What's real?
Very different, right? Now the drums are playing an up-tempo drum pattern on the first part and a pretty rhythmically intense drum fill on the second. But why would we change it? For this style of music in particular, you want to keep the listener guessing and highly engaged. By simply changing the drum pattern, the listener's ears will be re-engaged because they're hearing something new, even though the verse melodies stay the exact same. The second time around brought more energy and more intensity to the feel of the song, making it almost feel like a new part. Let's listen to the drum patterns back to back now. The song actually repeats the verse a third time, so how about that one?
Body you'll never own, life that'll never ease. We put ourselves before this battle with the stars we'll never reach. Never reach.
We can hear the first part of the third verse is the same as the first part of the second verse, but then the same pattern continues over into the second part instead of changing, giving it a third drum pattern and feeling. Each verse drives its own feeling and its own power just by changing the drums. It's pretty cool how powerful drum patterns can be in a song. There's actually one more time that the drum pattern changes compared to the previous sections. You have to go listen to the song to find it, and tell me in the comments if you do. But now, in your favorite songs, listen to how the drum patterns change to help drive different feelings in the song. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I'd really appreciate your support. And if you want to hear the song, just click right here. But I'll see you next time.